Hello YouTube, Brent Peter here with you. Coming to you from the casa here at Valencia. Figured I'd make this quick little video to say goodbye to Aaron Pinon, my buddy. He's headed back to the United States today. Or not today, he's gonna fly to Cebu, and I'll let him tell you what he's got planned for the near future. So here we go. All right, Aaron.
So this is it. For my 2 months here in the Philippines, it's been a good trip other than hitting that dog and breaking my shoulder and my clavicle, and that kind of took the fun out of it. So I'm ready to get back to the States. Fly to Cebu today. I'm going to stay there for a couple of days and then fly back to Amarillo. So on Monday, it'll be 24 hours of traveling, which is actually short for a lot of the trips that you can get. I'll fly to Tokyo. I have a 4-hour layover in Tokyo. And then from there, I fly to Dallas. And then from Dallas to Amarillo. And interesting, I'll leave 8 in the morning on Monday. And then I will get there at 8 o'clock at night Monday. So same day because of the time difference.
Little 12-hour swing.
Yeah, and being in the Philippines has been great. It's definitely economically one of the best places that you can live. I think if you owned your own motorbike or little car, it would be even more economical. Then you don't have to rent it. Bills, food, everything here is cheap. It's just beautiful. Lots of stuff to do whenever you're not broken. But I mean, the good thing is the medical care was cheap, and but if I'm gonna have to have surgery, I'd rather have it in the U.S. Although the people here, I think, would have done a fine job too. It was only comparatively, it was only going to cost me $3,000 to have the surgery done, and that's anesthesia and hospital stay and everything, which is way better than it would have, cost you in the U.S. I'm thankful I've got the VA, so we'll see what they have to say. But I'm looking forward to getting back. Looking forward to the Philippines is great, but man, I hate the food here. I mean, it's just shit food. It's no bueno. I mean, if you're okay eating chicken and rice and fish and rice and fried chicken, then you're good. But I miss beef and cheese and a lot of the good American food, and I miss being able to get the vapes I want. And that's the thing about America is that everything is in well stock. So I mean, it's way more expensive, but I mean, you have it. So the convenience factor is there, but you pay for it living in the U.S. for sure. But other than that, it's been a good trip, and I'll miss Brent. Like and subscribe. Hopefully, more adventures to come. And I don't know if I'll come back to the Philippines or not. I got to go back to the U.S. and get my finances checked out. But Valencia is a really nice place, good climate, real pretty, safe town. Still a lot of Westerners, a whole lot here in Valencia. Germans and Australians, and I've seen some Dutch. Not very, just a few Americans, but a whole lot of Germans and Australians. So
The Philippines in general is just pretty much a big melting pot of all the countries, and everybody seems to get along. It's a nice place to retire, a nice place to chill out, but it's a long way from home.
Man, it is.
So I totally get it, and especially being injured. It sucks being injured at home. It really sucks being over here, half a world away from everybody and everything. So
if I'd had my PlayStation here, I might have stayed put.
You might have been able to handle it.
But it's just those kind of creature comforts. And So I don't know. I don't know what's next for me when I get back to the States, other than just kind of situate. There are some places closer to the States that are really cheap to travel to and economical that, who knows, I might check out Panama. Panama's a really good place to retire, and it only costs $200 to get there as opposed to $1,000, and same time zone, same
money, same everything.
yeah, same money, same, and it's way closer. But then you have all the cartel stuff, and so the only other place other than that to me that's even appealing is Argentina or Paraguay, which are far, far away from the cartels. But who knows what's next, and we shall see. If we can get Brent tripping back over to the U.S., maybe we'll go down to Argentina together and get a place like that. So, but he's got to give up the old Asian persuasion, as it were.
I do. I really enjoy it over here. I've still got a little circle that I want to make. I've hit Vietnam and Thailand, but I'd still like to do the complete circle. With the Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia. So just the whole circle. It's so easy to travel. I would probably kick myself in the ass if I didn't do it at some point. So I've still got that in mind. And there's a lot of islands here in the Philippines that I'd like to visit. I didn't mean to stay in one spot as long as I have, but since you come, I've had a blast just staying put. But with your injury, you wasn't able to ride a motorbike and stuff. So I totally get the that part of it. So, but yeah, there's you've got that. When you first got here, you mentioned going to Leyte and stuff. Now that's probably my next island that I would like to hit, and I would just kind of like to creep on up and hit quite a bit of them. Tell us a little bit about your motorcycle accident, and if there's any tips for other people that might help them avoid it. I know accidents happen no matter where you're at, but it really is dangerous driving over here, and you paid a pretty hefty price, and
still paying for it.
Still paying for it, yeah.
That bone, I can still feel it moving, and that's why I'm kind of, even with this brace on, it's I can still feel it kind of jab, and then if I'm not wearing it, it moves around. And the only thing I can say is do your dangest not to drive at night, because those dogs, they're just looking for warmth, and you can't blame the dog, but if you're going to drive at night, be on, get one of these trike guys to take you. So, because those trikes, they'll go through a dog, and not hurt you. Or, if you got a car or something, but if you got a scooter, the problem is those little click scooters, or any of the little scooters that are below a motorcycle, those dogs, like with mine, it just wedged right under the forks, in between that front guard and the forks. Well, once that dog wedged my bike, your front wheel just turns. And there's nothing you can do, because you got an animal there. And I heard another guy, he was on a big scooter, and one of the big ones, and he said he just went over the dog. But those things weigh about as much as a motorcycle. I am thankful I wasn't on a motorcycle though, but because the motorcycles weigh more, a lot of times you get trapped underneath them whenever they're sliding. And that click it went down and spun up the road, and luckily I was going uphill, so just gravity and traction kept me from going. But yeah, the only thing I can recommend is stay off the road at night, if at all possible. If you have to be on the road at night, in Dumaguete it's probably not as bad because it's city traffic. But if you're having to go anywhere out towards Valencia, the country, I imagine it's that way in Leyte or any of the other rural areas. try and stay off the road in the evening time. And if you're gonna do it, take your time, go slow, use your high beams, and you just gotta keep a lookout. I mean, I happened to hit a dark spot where there was no street lights coming up over a hill. So when I came right up over that hill, it was like a hill and a turn. And so by the time my headlights shined up and over, that dog was already there. And so there was just nothing I could do.
Well, I knew that driving in the Philippines, well, pretty much all southeastern, Asian countries is dangerous, but I didn't realize how common this is. After your wreck, we've talked to our neighbor.
Yeah.
He's just
Erwin.
he's just getting his scars are healing or whatever. And I've talked to so many people, and you wearing that brace, you'd just be walking down the road or in a restaurant or something, and somebody just nods and say, "Yeah, motorcycle wreck."
Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. I've had a lot of people. They've seen these common, and when I went to turn the bike in, man, he didn't even bat an eye. He was like, "Did you lay the bike over?" And I was like, you couldn't even hardly tell. There was almost no scratches. But I didn't. I was trying to be honest, and so that wound up costing me 4,000 pesos, which was I think about $70 in repairs. So that wasn't too bad. My bike just slid. It didn't really end over end, or it did like this, like a top. But yeah, don't drive at night if at all possible. Find other modes of transportation. Get your butt home before the evening time, because it's not what you want to have happen. My foot's still not healed. I've got still open sores on that, and they're slowly healing. But now I've got to take a plane flight with socks on, and I'm just lucky the bone's not sticking out of the skin, because then I would have had to have emergency surgery, because that happens a lot. I guess it's like a compound
fracture.
Yeah.
What about anything else about the How about the dating? I know when you first got here, you kind of come out of the gate dating, and then you just kind of realized that wasn't something that you was interested in, and kind of backed off of that. But tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I just, I don't like starting things with people that I can't, and getting their hopes up and things when I'm not certain where they're going. And Filipino girls are very serious about dating. I think we have one of them coming down. You can come down. Yeah, it's facing this way. But they're very, very serious about dating and relationships, and even if you're very honest and upfront, they get their hopes up real quick. And to me, it's a bunch of pressure and a bunch of other stuff that I didn't want to take upon me while I was here. Now, if you're coming here for that, buddy, you'll lock on quick. But if you're not coming here for that, you need to be real careful about what you say to people about, how you flirt, and especially who you give your number to, because they're going to be hitting you up. You give them your WhatsApp, they are hitting you up. So
how about the overall? I've made videos about you looking for caretakers. How difficult was that? How was the prices? How was the overall care? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I could have got some cheaper places, but there's a website you have to pay for it, and I didn't want to do that. So I just found an agency there in Dumaguete, and they had a caretaker, and it was $700 or 700 pesos for a 12-hour shift if I wanted that. And of course, I didn't need all that. I just needed help kind of showering. So But it was affordable. I mean, it's easy. I mean, if you think about 700 pesos, that's what, Brent? That's
Not much, probably $12.
yeah,
like that.
$12 for a
13.
12-hour shift. So, I mean, and you know, they'll go do your shopping for you. They'll do your dishes for you. You know, they'll help you wash yourself if you need. So, if you're an older person and you needed, I mean, that's probably a heck of a lot cheaper than the caretakers are in the state, where they're making $12-15 an hour, and you're paying $12 for basically a day.
Them sure beat the hell out of the nursing home with it.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, and you get to stay in your own place. So, but it wasn't too difficult. I just Googled, and there was an agency there in Dumaguete, and they have people that do it. So,
And folks, quick disclaimer here. I know there's high heels hanging from the damn kitchen cabinets. That's not a usual here. Just I think Aaron was messing around a little bit, but
yeah,
they're glowing. So I figured I would point that out for everybody in the comments. What the hell's going on over there? But
I was seeing if Tarina's going to notice or not. She probably hasn't even noticed it.
she don't notice much.
Yeah, where are my shoes?
Well, you got about 15-20 minutes probably until you're on a tricycle headed back to
Dumaguete.
Headed to Dumaguete, headed to the airport, and then on to Cebu. What do you got planned in Cebu for the next 2 days?
Sit on my butt.
I don't blame you.
Sit on my butt. There's not, I mean, again, there's not much I can do. If I walk too much, my ankle swells up because I twisted it. Didn't know I did that, but so, you know, I can walk, but, you know, not just a ton, or I'm, you know, hurting. So, I'll probably just be sitting around waiting for, you know.
But you got a place with a pool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you just
Yeah.
take it easy for a couple of days, get ready for that long flight, huh?
Yeah. Can you see? Did my truck pull up?
I heard something.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Vaya con Dios.
Well, everybody wish Aaron good luck, and hopefully.
Is that my truck?
Yeah.
Okay, Peter's here.
Well,
So-
looks like his track's here. We're gonna get off here, and until next time, this is Brent's Tripping. Peace.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.